Hey everyone, welcome back to the SEL. So it's the end of another year and it's time for another year in review video. So let's go ahead and get started. So my goals for the year, and I have my notes here right behind the camera. So if you see me glance behind the camera, that's what I'm looking at. My goals for the year were to reach 600 subscribers because at the end of last year, my goal was to reach 500 subscribers, but I didn't quite get there. I think I was around the 480 range. So I tried to set a goal to go past what my initial goal was, which was 500, because I knew I would be reaching the 500 goal pretty quick. Another goal that I was trying to do, and this really wasn't a goal that I set out to do at the beginning of the year, it's just something that I noticed I was doing for the first month or two. So I wanted to see how long I could do it. It was to try to post a video a week. And I actually got pretty far in the year on that, but we'll talk more about that in a second. All right, so in January, we had the 2024 review video that was posted on the 6th. We had the MTH WTIE video, which was done on the 12th. The Joker's Trains Reefer Challenge video, which was done on the 17th. The Scale Trains video, which was also on the 17th. And the Lionel ES44 video, which was done on the 22nd. And the Shay video, which was done on the 29th. So right there, there's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 videos in 1 month, which was pretty impressive in my opinion that I was able to get that much out in one shot. And that was right around when I decided, let's see how far I can push this video a week thing. So moving on to February, I got a massive collection of Central Georgia memorabilia, and if you haven't seen that video, I will link it on whichever corner it is. But I got I got a lantern, I got a yard switch light, I got a bunch of wall art, and it was cool to get that because, like, y'all know me by now. I'm a huge Central Georgia guy, and it's cool to have Central Georgia stuff in the collection that was actually used by the real railroad. The Atlas Berwicks also came in, and I passed 500 subscribers on February 6th. So we met the goal of 500 finally in this year, and it was nice to see that many people are interested in my stuff. And subsequently, well, we'll go to the other videos first. I had the MTH SW1500s video, where I did a video on the first SW1500 that I got. I don't remember if that one had the, yes it did, because that was 24 York. It had the normal SW1500 and the River Street Rambler. The Sunset Models Central Georgia E7 video was on the 12th, Atlas P42 video on the 19th, 3 years of YouTube on the 22nd, and the Palmetto video on the 26th. And yeah, so I just said it a second ago, this year was my 3rd year of YouTube, and the 3rd year anniversary was on the 22nd, so I wanted to do a special little video for that because I thought it would be kind of nice. And that I also did which one? The Pathfinder 500 subscribers, and the Central Georgia memorabilia video should have been the 500 subscriber special as well. But we move on to March. Lionel Savannah Atlanta SD70s came in on the 4th. The F19s came in pretty quick after that on the 14th. Or was it the 14th or the 8th? Yeah, the 8th, I'm sorry. March 8th. And then pretty quick after that, the F19s came in. And pretty quick after that, I picked up the Eric's Trains Legacy Station building, as well as the Central Georgia Hopper from Trains. And then videos for the month. Atlas Berwicks were done on, these are putting in as fractions, on the, I'm not going, it's on Atlas Berwicks in this month, in March. Lionel SD70 video on the 12th. F19 video on the 19th. And an MTH GP9 video on the 26th. Now the GP9 is not mine, it was Brian's, but we decided to do a video on that because why not? Moving on to April, I fixed my LED car that I bought from Travis Moody at that previous work in 24. For some reason, the board I think died in it or something like that. It just stopped working. It would not put out the correct frequencies and things like that, or not frequencies, but the Wi-Fi board on it I think died. So I bought a replacement board and flashed it myself and things like that. And so it was kind of cool that I was able to fix it and figure out how it works thanks to him. Received Lionel Hotbox Reaper cars, started on my personal sound cars, which I'm still kind of working on when I have time. I received a layout from a family in Savannah that is also on one of these corners if you're interested in that. It's in storage right now. It's really nice table framework that I might use for my next layout. We'll see what happens. I ordered the Atlas O center divide cars, and the Central Georgia E8s from Third Rail were ordered also in April. And the E8s should be pretty close to delivery. I want to say they're probably going to be here around March, maybe April or something like that. Oh, here we go. April's videos, 500 subscriber video was done on the 2nd. Engine count video was done on the 9th. Rolling stock count video was done on the 16th. LED card video was done on the 23rd. And the Hotbox Reefer video was done on the 30th. All right, moving on to May. Videos. Part 1 of Sound Card video was done on the 7th. National Train Day was done on the 10th. National Train Day video was done on the 14th. And the Austin family video, that was the name of the family that I got the layout from, was done on the 21st. And the Savannah Train Show was on the 31st. Moving on to June. Savannah Show video was done on the 4th. And I also put out an Atlas catalog video on the same day. And had a Vision Line reefer car video on the 18th. Part 1 of my custom passenger cars was done on the 11th. And then the part 2 was done on the 25th. And the Jacksonville train show that was done by the TCA was done on the 27th. I did not get a video for that one until next month, which we'll talk about in a second here. But that was a really fun show. I got to meet some people for the first time there. I got to meet Larkin there for the first time. I believe I got to meet Peachy there for the first time. And we took some trains down there to run for the TCA area of the show. And it was a nice little meetup for some of us content creators that are from this area. Moving on to July, on the 2nd, I put out the TCA video. I did a archive catalog video on the 9th. Atlas Berwick repair video on the 16th. Some of the details of some of mine popped off in general use, and I did a video on that, just how I repaired it. And a trains unboxing video on the 23rd. Now, July is where I stopped my video a week thing, not intentionally. Well, really it was August is where I stopped it, because I have here August month break, and I took the time to kind of upgrade my computer and kind of upgrade the internet for the house. And I just wanted to not have to focus on videos on top of all of that, because I wanted to give my PC some time to make sure I had everything right how I wanted it, as well as making sure there weren't any kinks in the new internet system. I just wanted to be able to completely focus on that without having to worry about doing videos on top of all that. So I decided to take the entire month of August off. So moving on to September, my Dad kind of surprised me with an auction win of his with an HO 1999 set video. I have it marked as an X on here because I don't remember exactly what date. I'm sure I could go back and look in the channel if I did actually upload it. And if I did, I'll put it somewhere here on the screen. Atlas 40-foot containers came in on the 4th. And the Atlas 280s came in on the 11th. And I believe those were videos too. Yeah, I think I got videos on those. Those were the video dates. October, Lionel NS ET44 came in. Fantastic engine. If you don't have one and you're a modern diesel guy, I would highly recommend getting one. Some of the best sounds that in my collection that I've ever seen as well. They are really, really good sounds. Lionel, if you're listening, keep using those sounds. They're really nice. I'm also a huge fan of how those were boxed. The diesels were on the wheels just like a steam engine would be, and it made it so much easier to put in, put out of the box, because I take these things with me sometimes to train shows to run, and taking diesels out of the box sideways is never fun, especially when you have to put them in and out of the box so many times. Also in October was York. So at York, I picked up a lot of stuff. I had a pre-arranged agreement with Train Man Dan and his dad to pick up some Central Georgia GP7s, as well as a caboose, and those are really nice. They're early legacy, but it's always nice to add more scale Central Georgia stuff to the collection. I picked up an MTH Premier Norfolk Southern First Responders SD60E, as well as a few Central Georgia cars, Strasburg tank car, Norfolk Western reefers that were Atlas Woodside reefers. And I also picked up a pair of the First Responders tank cars. One was MTH and one was Lionel. And rounding out the year, rounding out the month of October, I crossed 700 subs, as well as I pre-ordered the Central Georgia cars and the 060 Ts from the Lionel October catalog. I saw a lot of growth this year, and we're not even at the end of the year yet. And I just want to say, I'm going to say it now, and I'll say it again at the end of the video, but thank you guys so much for supporting me this year, and I've loved seeing the growth of the channel, and we'll talk about what I want to see at the end of next year at the end of this video. But moving on to November, we had the York Hall video on the 3rd, York social media panel video on the 12th, a couple of more HOUP cars to add to my Challenger set come in. I don't know if I talked about that on the channel or not. I had a plan to make a video on that and just got kind of put on the back burner. And then December, across 750 subs, I just did the Sunset Models catalog video, and now we're doing the year-end video. And with that, we come to the end of 2025. Now, I do have a couple of goals for 2026, and that would be to cross 1,000 subscribers. And I don't necessarily plan to do a video a week like I did last year. That was just a little fun experiment for the channel to see how long I could do it. If I didn't take a break for August, I probably would have started to struggle around then. I didn't want to post stuff just for the sake of posting things. I tried to make the videos that I posted be things that I actually wanted to do a video on. So you'll see less videos from me this year, just because I want to keep doing that, and I don't want to just make videos for the sake of making videos. I am thinking about, and if you've seen my segment, actually, you know what, I didn't actually talk about that. So here is a little segment I pre-recorded a day or two ago on a REA cart. So I'm going to play that segment here, and then we'll come back to the desktop here. So y'all probably wondering, what the heck is this thing? And that's exactly what I said yesterday morning when my dad opened that garage door. So if my research is correct, This is a 1939 Railway Express Agency luggage cart, whatever you want to call it. And the reason why I think that's what it is because, for one, when my dad presented it to me yesterday morning, he said that the guy that he and my uncles retrieved these 2 carts, not just one, 2 carts from, said that the person he got it from, I believe he said it was a relative of some kind, said that he used to work in Savannah, in that area of Savannah, which means River Street and the station and the roundhouse, where they're all pretty close to each other. And I can't really see a cart looking like this and the listing that I'll show here momentarily, and it not being a Railway Express Agency, something tied to the railroad. And as you'll see now, put up the listing now that I'm walking around it. The front here looks nearly identical to the one in the listing. The back looks nearly identical to the one I'll give you are different. But I really like the yellow on the wheels, so these might end up getting painted yellow instead of being the red they already are. But you'll see the axles are nearly identical, but you'll see that the arms are missing. Now, the other one, which is at my uncle's house, and I do have a picture of that, and I'll throw it up here while I'm talking about it. That one does have arms. That one's going to be a parts cart or some kind, so we'll either reuse those or we'll just use them as a reference point and build some new ones. But it's super cool now that I have even more stuff that's local to the collection, and it's really cool to have something that's this size that has potentially Central Georgia heritage. And I'm really excited to see this thing get restored. And if you want me to record all that and kind of post a vlog style of progress on this thing as it goes, let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to do that. But for now, let's go back to the year in review. So yeah, if that's something you guys are interested in, me doing a video on the restoration process of that cart, I'm sure it'll take multiple videos. So again, let me know down below if that's something you are interested in. But as we wrap up the year, I do want to thank all of my subscribers, all of my viewers, everyone who's watched one of my videos. It means a lot to me that you guys are interested enough that you watch my content, and that so many people over the years have watched my stuff and subscribed and have come up to me at shows and things like that. It's super cool that I'm able to kind of share my corner of the model training world with you guys, and I can't wait to see where that will take us next year in 2026. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, leave a like, follow me on Instagram, Southern Eagle Line, same as my stuff here. Also on Facebook there too. I'll sometimes post small things here and there, like when a new catalog drops or something that I've pre-ordered, something comes in. Sometimes I'll put something there. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in 2026.